Hello Mouses! Well, today I'm mainly talking about some of the comments that were on Philip DeFranco's latest video about Selena Gomez and how she's better than everyone else. And it's mainly about a guy called Pichu who said that if people aren't Chinese, they don't know what real abuse is. Or words to that effect. I think what he actually said is, most of y'all aren't Chinese, so you don't know what abuse is, or whatever. And you know what? Statistically speaking, Pikachu here is correct. Because if you pick a random person from the world, the chances of them actually being Chinese is approximately 1 in 7. So yes, the majority of us aren't Chinese. So well done there. We can see why he's the greatest Pokemon. But my main problem that I have with this is the idea that if you're not X, you can't know Y. It's something that comes up a lot, especially with parents. I found a lot of them will say, well, if you're not a parent, you just don't know. Well, yeah, that's not how the world works. If I'm not a parent, it means that I'm looking at parenting from an outside point of view. It's a more objective version of it, rather than the subjective nature of the fact that you're so involved with being a parent that you can't step back and see what parenting is properly. It's why grandparents often have more advice than new parents, because they've been there, they can do it, they've got experience, they can step back. When you're a parent, you're in the thick of it, you're learning. But from my point of view, I've seen parents and grandparents and my cousins as parents and my siblings as parents. I can watch all of that and learn from an academic standpoint. Yes, I don't have practical experience, but you know what, sometimes that's not necessary. I don't need to have been there changing nappies for 2 years to know that what you're doing right now, which has nothing to do with changing nappies, is just plain stupid. That's like suggesting, oh well, you're not a parent, so you can't possibly tell me that Pythagoras' theorem can't be applied to scaling triangles. Say, what? The fact that I don't have children doesn't change the way that maths works. Just as me not being a parent doesn't change the fact that you putting your child in the front seat of a car and not giving them a seatbelt or a safety helmet or a safety chair or anything like that, and then driving at 100 miles an hour into a brick wall is a bad idea. Some things are just wrong because they're wrong, regardless of any social factors or social status or anything else that you want to arbitrarily add to it. So your hair's not green, therefore you can't know what this is about. Of course we can. That's not how the world works. Because let's face it, parenthood doesn't change the world as an entity. Because, to put it bluntly, your genitals cannot change reality. Remember that. It's just stupidity. If I go back to the mathematical argument and say, well, now I've had 5 children and I've taught them all maths, and guess what? Pythagoras' theory still works for right-angled triangles. Is that going to change the fact that you think it doesn't? No. You were stupid then, you're stupid now. That's how it is. Anyway, that's my rant over. Thank you for listening. I've been Kirk-Robinson, you've been watching the video, and I'll see you later. But the main problem that I have with this, apart from the fact that I seem to be losing my voice, tea, it soothes.